Um, as you can see, this is the wax paper. I have another uh, fabric underneath to protect my table. Now you just rub the ink around. You can't exactly see it yet. And then again, you pick these type of flowers. There's about 72 pieces in this one container. I got this at AC Moore. It's a very convenient place to get art products. So that's where I got this, and they're not that expensive, so you shouldn't have any problem of getting it. So, and this comes in like they come in totally different shapes and sizes of flowers, so that's a nice thing to get. So now this is the time where you use your spray bottle. I shake it up just for fun, and you spray all around where you put your ink down on the wax paper. So now you should see the ink that's on it. Yep, you can. So it's all wet. So now you use the flour. I picked this big flower. And now you just rub it around with your fingers. It's okay to get a little bit messy. You just rub it all around. This actually looks pretty cool with just a little bit of ink on it. But I'm gonna make the whole thing like that, so I need more ink. It's okay if you need more ink because it's very simple to get some more. You have a whole ink pad to use. So you spray more on. Again, the ink is there. Put it all down with the flour. Move it around, do whatever you want with the flour. Now I think this is good, even though it's not all the way dyed. But the flowers I dyed in the last couple videos that I've left you hanging are these. The last video I made was with this one. It's a little floppy flower. I'm sorry if it's moving around. Hold on. Okay. That's one of them. That was red. And I just mopped up all the ink on this wax paper with this paper towel. And look at how pretty it came out. Like, I'm totally going to use this in my next project because it is so pretty. Like, I can even rip some of it off and just use that piece. It's a very fun thing to do. Just dye paper towels for all I care. You don't have to dye flowers if you don't want to. Paper towels are even more fun. So, this is a very fun thing to do, even with the younger kids. Sometimes what I make in art, it doesn't come out the way I want it to. And so what? So I try and make it something different than what I actually first planned for it to be. Um, and in the end, it comes out pretty cool looking. So it doesn't really matter what you do with it. So, um, the next thing I would do with these flowers is make like a tag with them or something. And by tag, I mean, I'll show you what that means in one moment. So, oh, and I think I brought this up in the last video. I touched both of these together, purple and orange, and the orange came on the purple flower, and it came out pretty darn cool. So I like when it does that sometimes, but sometimes I don't because if I was planning on using it for something and the color changes, then that's not exactly what I wanted to do. Now, I hope you didn't throw that paper towel away. If so, go make some more flowers or put dye on the wax paper and just throw the paper towel on top because I am going to do a tutorial with the paper towel that I cleaned up the dye from earlier. So now, all you need to do is you can either rip it or, well, that's all you can really do. Um, or cut it. That's another thing. You can cut it too. So the tip for me is don't use the whole paper towel. Usually the paper towel is two pieces, so I usually rip the pieces apart like this. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a little bit thinner. So now I'm gonna rip the whole thing like that. So now I have two pieces, so you can reuse the other one. See, I'm all about reusing these paper towels. So I'm not gonna use all of this actually. I am going to use only a little bit of it. So what I'm doing is I am ripping whatever area I want. So I'm gonna rip off this area. Doesn't matter if it's messy. You can rip it and shape it however you desire. Doesn't even have to be perfect. See, I'm gonna show you mine really quick. See, it's not perfect, and it doesn't have to be. It's ripped and torn here. Doesn't matter. So now, here comes the tag. Now, you can play around with it, look around, like, where do I want it? That's the next step. You want to choose where you want to put your item on your surface. So now you can move it around. So I think I chose what I want. I think I did choose what I want. I did. Okay. So now, with Mod Podge, this is the good part. You can fold the hanging other things on the other side. And I'm gonna do this. Doesn't that look cool? It looks tie-dye, and that's the whole idea I want. So now, you remember where you put that. Take it, take it off. Get your Mod Podge. If you don't have it, stop this video right now and go get some. I'm joking. You don't have to do this step. You can just glue the flowers on however you want. That's the next step after you glue this on. But Mod Podge really works. And if you don't want to use that, you could try using the Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive Glue with gluing the paper towel down. But I have to warn you that that might not work because of I think I've tried that before and it didn't work out very well. The color on the paper towel kind of like washed away, kind of like it didn't like that glue. So I chose not to do it. So back to the subject, I just wet my sponge with the Mod Podge. Now you put it, I'll just do it right now and then show you once I'm done. But anyway, you put it where you want to put it. I got some on my finger, and guess what I did? I just rubbed it on the paper. It does not matter. So now, I'll show you right now what I just did.